if you think you need LSD, or you need to drink a lot, or to hear the rabbis, or whatever makes you kick in Israel, you don't know what you're missing. You can do the trip that I did, and you will feel so good with yourself, like very, very few people around the world. I'm serious about it, because once you liberate yourself from an ideology that was sacred in your eyes, and made you do things that you regret, once you are on the other side of the mirror, you feel something that you almost feel fortunate to be able to experience such a journey. I think very religious people maybe sometimes experience it when they have an epiphany or revelation. I'm not very religious, so I don't know what it means, but I know what it means in my case. And so if you have any problems with telling Israelis that they should stop being Zionists, including those you like in the Zionist left camp, tell them to walk the extra mile, whether they are rabbis for peace, or DJs for peace, or transvestites for peace, or I don't know what, milkmen for peace. Israelis have all these they like to fragment the peace movement. They like to fragment the peace movement, makes it easier for them. Instead of saying, we are anti-Zionists for peace, for instance. That would be the real, genuine Israeli movement for peace. If you tell them, believe me, you are sending them on the best journey in their life. Thank you.
In der Pappe wurde gefragt, ob es eine Zusammenarbeit zwischen den Akademikern gibt, den Historikern zum ersten und zum zweiten. Was kann er tun, oder Leute seines Schlages, halt eben die Jugend in Israel dazu zu bewegen?
Let me say also something about the point that Haidar made about the paradigm of parity. This paradigm that we used to call it kissing cousin industry. I think that it's very difficult, but this is a very important group of Europeans we have to address. Also in America we have a similar problem. Very good initiatives, very good people who under the mesmerizing, intoxicating and poisonous atmosphere of Oslo believed and also threw a lot of money into this idea of people-to-people dialogue between Israeli Jews and Palestinians. The intention was good. I don't think the intention was bad. I think people really wanted people to talk about peace while the politicians were talking about peace. But in a colonialist situation, peace is not important. In a colonialist situation, what is important is the end of colonialism. And the only dialogue you need is a dialogue between the conscientious group within the colonialists with the colonizers to end colonialism. Because the end of colonialism liberates not only the colonized, but also the colonizers. And I think it will take time for this paradigm to shift, and we have to be patient. And I think one can only lament the millions and millions of euros that the EU has thrown into this people-to-people project, and hope that some of that money would now be diverted to the anti-colonialist struggle against the occupation, the colonization, dispossession. The second point is about the academic. I was asked about the historical narrative. I think, again, this is nobody's fault. It's my fault as well. We all talked some nonsense in our lives, including myself, you won't believe it. And we felt that there was a so-called new history in Israel, and that there was an intellectual movement of historians who wanted to change the Israeli narrative, and it nearly changed the Israeli narrative and the educational system. There was an attempt. There was definitely a goodwill, as in the previous. I think writing by professional historians like me on 1948 helped to happen. And this is that the community that produces knowledge, academics, journalists, in the cultural milieu, have definitely shifted dramatically from a period where they regarded the Palestinian narrative as propaganda and fiction to regarding the Israeli propaganda, the Israeli narrative, the Zionist narrative, as pure propaganda. Even in the most important academic centers in the world, this is now the case. And I think this is very important. This is one should say, the late Edward Said predicted that this is going to happen in a famous article in 1982, The Permission to Narrate. He said, we the Palestinians at least can win this struggle. We cannot win many other struggles. And I think this struggle was won.